What's up, guys? We are officially live, and I hope everybody is having a great day and a blessed one. It is 11:59 p.m. Saturday, July 17, 12 p.m. So we started a minute early because y'all are amazing. I came at you guys a minute early. We already got people jumping in right now and chatting and talking. Guys, if you can see me clearly, if you can hear me clearly, hit the like button, comment below, and let me know. And as we get started, I want everybody who's watching this right now to, number one, comment your city and state below. I want to know where you're from so I can address it accordingly when we talk. And I want to make sure that I'm talking to you guys based on the city and state that you're in, because as we all know, everywhere is different. Nowhere is the same. It's city to city, state to state, which differences happen. Okay, guys, now I got a question before I dive right into things. The question that I have for you is this. If you are a landlord and you own a rental property, multiple rental properties, residential or commercial, and you do not get any rent for the last 6 months, the last 1 year, how tough would things be for you? Comment below, tell me. How tough would things be for you if you have not collected rent for the last 6 months, for the last 12 months? Would you be able to survive still? How deep would your wallet be? This right here, how deep and how big will it be and how big will it stay? Or would you just basically panic, try to sell the property, cash out what you can, and leave? What we've been seeing for the last almost year, if not more than a year, is eviction moratoriums in place, making landlords not able to evict tenants who are not paying their rent, maybe because they're affected from the pandemic, maybe because they're taking advantage of the system. That's not our place. But for the last year plus, landlords can't evict tenants, and those landlords are collecting no rent at all. Now, if you're following with me, this is very tough to survive. That's what we're talking about in today's video. We're talking about the eviction crisis that is to come, because July 31st, 2021, it's going down. Eviction moratorium is going to be lifted, and then landlords are probably going to jump on taking their tenants out. And we're also going to talk about how this eviction moratorium being lifted is going to affect the housing market. How is it going to affect tenants? How is it going to affect landlords? What's going to happen from this outcome? And is it really going to get crazy and whatnot? So in this video, that's what we're talking about. I wanted to give you guys a quick intro on that. We got 16 likes, almost 100 people on this live. Guys, if you're getting value from this, you gotta hit that like button. I come to you every Saturday to answer your questions, to talk to you, to be more direct with you rather than just upload a video. I go live. So if you're enjoying this type of stuff, I'd love to see that like button going up. We got people already jumping in. We got West Palm Beach, Florida. Love your analysis, Karam. Keep going. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Houston, Texas. Houston, Texas. Chris. Do you know a place called Sleek Chocolatier Lounge or Sleek Chocolate in Houston, Texas? If you do, let me know. They got 4 locations, one in Cypress, one in Spring something, one in Westheimer, and one in something else. But around those lines, Sleek Chocolate. Google it if you don't know. You got to go to them. We got Toronto, Canada, Phoenix, Arizona. Awesome. Okay, guys, so we're jumping right into it. If you're getting any value, hit that like button. I'd appreciate it. Subscribe if you don't already, or if you aren't already, and let's get right into it. There's something called an eviction moratorium. We all know it. You can't kick out tenants even if they're not paying you. Me as a landlord, I got properties that I'm renting out. If the tenant doesn't pay me within a couple of days after their due date, their grace period, the next morning, they already got a letter on their door saying, hey, you have now been notified to leave the premises, to pay your rent, to get evicted, whatever it might be, stamped on their door, certified mail, lawyers on top of them. We don't play those games. With the moratorium, though, it's a lot more complicated, and there's so much that goes into it. So July 31st, 2021 is when this is set to expire. This is when the administration stated that they do not foresee another extension. It's been extended for about 4 times. I think it was December, then March, then June, and now July. Almost 4 times. They're saying we don't set to see it happening again. But keep in mind, guys, that they are extending this for one reason and one reason only. Millions of Americans are not up to date on their rent. And what this means is a ton of evictions can happen. A ton of families can lose their home. A ton of people can have no place to go to because already the rental market is competitive. So hard to get yourself a rental property. Guys, I don't know if you know this or if you've even tried. Go try to get yourself a rental house or even an apartment. Their requirements, their qualifications, their requests, ridiculous how complicated they make it, how tough they make it. And when you're about to set your application, you already get 20 more in front of you that you got to go through. 20 more competitions on that deal or on that house. So it's already tough. Now, they're extending this not just because they're scared of a lot of evictions happening, a backlog in the courts, judges, and all this stuff. They're worried that during the pandemic, they were worried that so many people get evicted because they lost their jobs that they're going to get evicted, then go live at family's house, friend's house, shelters, which would then spread the virus even more, right? So they were worried that's going to happen. So what they tried to do is contain it by keeping you in your house, even if you're late on your rent, patting the landlord on the back and saying, just deal with it, throwing stimulus packages out there and saying, here's $45 billion plus of rent relief aid for the landlords and for the tenants to help you with utility payments, with back rent payments, with all these things, only to realize that up to date, only a fraction, only $1.5 billion out of the $45 plus billion has been distributed to landlords and tenants. What? Isn't that to help tenants and to help landlords? How the heck do you distribute 46, 47, 45 billion dollars and it doesn't even get in the hands of the people who actually need it? Am I tripping or am I right? So you got landlords who are screwed, literally got 4, 5, 6, 10, 20 rental properties, mom and pops. They only got a couple thousand in the bank as reserves. They don't got $5 million like big corporations. They don't got $100 million that they can take themselves out of debt. They got to make the decision. Are they going to pay their rental property mortgage or their primary house mortgage? That's how bad things have got. I got landlords who are calling me saying, I just want to get out of this damn investment. I don't want to be here anymore. I want to sell. I don't want this headache. As soon as I can take this tenant out, put it on the market. So when this eviction moratorium gets lifted, over 10 million renters, 14% of renters in the United States have the possibility to being evicted, if not already have been notified to be evicted, right? So 10 million properties that landlords are fed up. Some will re-rent with insane qualification requirements, maybe pay 6 months in advance, 1 year in advance, show you've been paying on time, show you've never been evicted, show that you have good history. That's not going to be easy. And then you're going to have the landlords who are fed up and be like, I'm offloading this property. I'm good. I'm not interested anymore. And if that happens, you're going to see the market start picking up. Guys, you're getting any value, I want to see those like buttons getting clicked. 150 plus people with us live, 40 likes. I know we can get those likes to 70 plus. Hit that like button if you're getting value. So now you're talking about people who are getting evicted, people who are now trying to get new rentals, landlords who want to sell off their houses. I'm a real estate agent, 24/7, 365, every single day. This is what I do. This is what I breathe. This is how I live. This is how I make my money. Not just as a real estate agent, as a real estate investor, developer, currently working on 2 developments that I'm trying to get rezoned, one of them trying to get funded, currently also working on getting some investments in the flipping aspect of real estate. Market's been too hot, but it's been tough. Currently working on actually opening a business. I'll explain that later. So being a real estate agent is what I do. I help clients, I help myself, I help family members, so I know the pulse of the market. But I also have my feet in the ground in different industries, different aspects of the markets, which helps me understand what's happening from the investment world, from the development world and builder world, to the real estate agent world, to the retail world. I got about 80-90% of my portfolio in commercial real estate. I lease over 500,000 square feet of real estate, commercial real estate. I help clients buy and sell portfolios. So all of this, along with my residential experience of starting at 18 years old, buying foreclosures. That's how I specialize in real estate and foreclosures. The last year and a half, I haven't stepped in a foreclosure auction because it's been insane. Number 1, no houses because foreclosure moratoriums. Number 2, if there was even houses, the people are paying insane numbers. So I'm just giving you guys a background of kind of who you're listening to, so you guys know that it's somebody actually in the industry, right? Because you don't want to just listen to somebody who's not in the industry. You want to listen to somebody who knows what they're talking about, and hopefully I and you see that I know what I'm talking about. And the things that I don't know, I will tell you bluntly that I don't know. Anyways, I'm seeing right now, aside from the eviction moratorium being lifted, a ton of evictions coming, a ton of movement happening, the housing market is 100% cooling down. And so many of you right now who are watching this, right here, I'm pointing at the comments, and so many of you right now, I'm pointing at your face, who are watching this are ecstatic. Hell yeah. Finally, the housing market's cooling down. Finally, Karam's saying that it's cooling down. It's cooling down. Just in my area, maybe a 2-mile radius, I saw about this week 6, 7, 8 houses have price decreases. Just within 2 miles. Just within 2 miles, I've seen 4 or 5 houses get back on the market, fall out of escrow. I'm not even talking about Dallas-Fort Worth in whole, just my area within 2 miles of where I live. And it's a hot area where I live. So I'm trying to keep you guys understanding of what's happening and what we're going through in this market, so you guys can stay awake, stay aware, and to make sure that you're ready. So if you've been saving, you've been waiting for this market to cool down, to correct, now might be the shot to get your pre-approval letters ready. Now might be your shot to get your money ready. You might get an opportunity. Now you can actually negotiate. Before you couldn't. Depending on the house, you now have some strength of going in and maybe getting it for ask. Maybe a little less than ask. I got listings. I'm selling houses. I'm seeing some fly off the shelves, and I'm seeing some sitting. You can't just say, I feel like getting 700 grand for my house when it's really worth 600 grand. The buyers are waking up. The buying frenzy is cooling down. People are realizing, hey, I'm just going to sit on the sidelines. Affordability, that's not even a word anymore. Affordability is not even there. And to top it all off, people who are first-time homebuyers are getting wiped out. So they're not even having a shot or a chance at buying anything right now, even if they wanted to. So that's what we're dealing with right now, guys. And it's kind of crazy. And honestly, it's not something that I could say many have never experienced, because this pandemic is new, and this pandemic is something that is just out of nowhere hit. Keep in mind, when this eviction moratorium gets lifted, you're talking about the courts getting flooded, how backed they're going to be. July 31st, 2021, the next day or the next month or whenever, landlords are going to file evictions. This is if they don't extend it. Landlords will file evictions, will kick out tenants, will re-rent, or will list to sell. And the market's going to chill out a little bit from those new listings, new sales, new houses on the market. There are studies that we're seeing right now, guys, that there are, for 4 months straight, sales reducing and sales dropping on the markets. 4 months straight, it's not being that hot. Now we're also seeing that listings are picking up. Listings are becoming more than normal. Demand is still there because interest rates are low, but there are still more listings, means more options for buyers, right? More options for buyers means longer days on the market. Longer days on the market means that more than likely that the homeowner who's selling their house may have to reduce price if they're sitting too long on the market. You with me? If you guys are with me and understanding where I'm coming from, what I'm saying, if you're vibing with it, if you're liking it, if I'm making you smile, if it's intense, if it's getting heated, hit the like button. I mean, if you want to show some love, any type of love, hit the like button. It's for free. Motivates me. When I see those numbers going up, I get excited. So hit that button if you're getting excited, if you're loving what you hear and enjoying it. And keep in mind, I'm going to jump in the comments and I'm going to answer everything that you guys have. I'm going to answer your questions. So if you guys got questions, it's no problem. You can comment them below. This is why I go live. I know a ton of people sitting on the sidelines waiting for markets to correct, waiting for house prices to go down, waiting for all these things to go on. And I'm with you 100%. Things are nuts and things are not easy. So, you know, I'm trying to do my best to bring the markets to you from what I'm seeing every single day. Rental markets are very competitive, guys. I got clients who'll reach out and say, hey, I want to get into a rental. And I'm looking in the market and they're like, my budget's $1,500 to $1,800 a month. And I'm looking in certain areas that they want. There's not a single house for rent on the market at that number. Not even a 1,400 square foot house. See, in Dallas-Fort Worth, that's unheard of. Specific markets in Dallas-Fort Worth, that's unheard of. You should be able to all day find a $1,400, $1,500, $1,600, $1,700 a month rental property. You can't find them. They're not even on the market right now because either they're rented or when they put them back on the market for rent, they're way more expensive. It's like the new norm is $2,000 plus, $1,900 plus. If you just want a basic house that's not in the hood, that's safe, that's nice, that's at least comfortable, without cockroaches going inside your ear at night when you're sleeping. That's just how the markets are becoming. It's getting scary, guys. Rentals. So, the rentals are lagging behind house prices. That's the honest truth as well. You got a house that's worth 200 grand selling for 300 grand, but still renting for 2 grand. Numbers aren't making sense. That's 2 grand without property tax, insurance, maintenance. Don't keep it, and keep in mind, in Dallas, Texas, our property taxes kill us. Sometimes they're up to 2.5 to 3% on the house value that it's appraised at. So if your house value is at 300 grand appraised, take 3% of that. Imagine. Big numbers. Not exactly 3%. It could be 2 to 3%, just plus or minus. But you guys kind of understand what I'm talking about. It's ridiculous. 300 grand on 3%, almost $9,000 a year in property taxes. If you're renting for $2,000 a month, that's $24,000 a year, minus 9 grand. You're at 15 grand off the top, just property taxes, not your insurance and not your maintenance. What are you netting after investing 300 grand? What's your cap? What's your cash on cash return? I'm just going to do some numbers for you real quick. And if you guys are liking these numbers that I'm about to do, then hit the like button. Look at this. You invest 300 grand. You're making 24 grand minus property taxes is 9 grand. That's 15 grand. Minus insurance on a $300,000 house is $1,500. Minus maintenance for the year, let's say, is $1,000. You just netted $12,500. Now you can write off on your taxes depreciation, and you can write off on your taxes interest, and you can write off on your taxes a lot of things. But $12,500 net divided by your 300 grand investment is a flipping 4% return. You know how trash that is? Even if you're getting a loan from the bank and you're putting 10, 20% down and it becomes a 7, 8% return on your money, that's trash. 7, 8% return on a leverage deal, that's not a good deal. Because it's unleveraged, you're going to make way less. But you got these big corporations still buying them up and they don't care. And that's what's driving the housing market up. But who am I to say? I'm just a real estate agent here in Dallas, Texas, right? This is the reality of the market, guys. I scope investments every single day. The problem with me, though, is I buy investments and I say I'm going to hold them, and then I get a ridiculous offer and I go flip them. Because if I'm holding something and I'm making a 15, 20% cash on cash return, which I have multiple investments like that, but someone comes to me and he goes, hey, I'll buy this property off of you. You'll make 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 grand. I'll 1031 that money and I'll find another property. It's super tough to hold on to an asset if it's a good one. I let go of an asset 2 months ago, even though I really wanted to keep it because the profit made no sense to keep. So that's my problem, is I offload properties maybe too quick. And I know when I'm 20 years later down the line, I'll be like, dang, I shouldn't have sold that. It's now worth X amount. But today it made sense. It made sense whenever you can get your money times 2 in less than a couple of months, don't you think? Anyways, guys, I'm talking too much right now. I want you guys to jump in and kind of give me your input on what you guys got going on, okay? So let me read some comments. Do you think Biden extends evictions again? I think he will cave to the pressure. See, Terry, you're asking if Biden will extend evictions again. They stated it's 2-3 days before extending it every time they've done that. It's very dumb, but that's just what it is. Florida growing at an outrageous rate. Florida and Texas is very similar, but things are cooling down here in Texas. Guys, it shows that it's kind of lagging. It's not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. I'm sorry about that. I'm switching to AT&T fiber, which I heard is extremely fast, so hopefully we won't have those issues. But in the meantime, because it's lagging, guys, you got to hit the like button, because the more you hit the like button, the more I can keep upgrading my internet. I'm just kidding. I don't get paid for like buttons, but it just makes me happier, so then I go pay for internet. My 5-bedroom and 3-bath home in Bullhead, Arizona is $55 a month in property tax. $55 a month? What are you living in? Oh, 5-bedroom. Wow, that's cheap. Whoa. Lumber prices are coming down. Yes, that's a good point. I forgot to even mention that. $1,700 to $530. Will it affect the housing market down? Of course it will. You're talking about lumber prices have been all-time highs, causing builders to charge premiums. Now that it's going down, it's going to adjust numbers. The builders can't go and charge you the way they were charging when lumber was 3, 4, 5 times more. Of course it will. Illinois is cooling as well. I'm glad that you can also let us know that your markets are cooling. Killeen, Texas, what's up? Courts are already backed up, so it's not going to go down quickly. Courts are backed up. I heard that, yes. It's going to be a process. That's why when I tell people the markets movement is 6 months, a year and a half, 2 years, it'll take time, guys. This stuff has to kind of flow. When lumber prices come down in the wholesale distribution manufacturers, you don't see it on the retail shelves until 4 weeks, 5 weeks later, Home Depot and Lowe's and these big companies. Because it takes time. There's like a lag. Like a lag, if you know what I mean. Texas has no state income tax. That's why I love it. But they kill us on the property taxes. So it's like, no state income tax, but let's murder you on the property taxes. But we give you no state income tax. So we still cool. And to be honest, we're still cool. So it's okay. We still love them. I mean, they keep our streets clean. They give us top schools. They give us, I mean, it's beautiful. At least we see the money being put to work, right? All right. Uh-oh, I'm getting a call on a live stream. Yeah, of course I get calls on live streams because I actually do business. And yeah, I'm going to maybe even answer a phone call on a live stream because if it's business, money talks. And yeah, I'll end the live stream and go do the deal because that's my business. If I'm not doing business, then how am I going to live? I just do YouTube on the side. We got 275 people with us live. That is beautiful. I want to swing by and just thank you all so much. You guys are amazing. Seriously, you guys are amazing. You guys support, like the video, comment on the video, engage in the video. You guys are such a blessing. I get so excited to come to you guys. So thank you so much for everybody who's joining in right now. I really appreciate that. I just wanted to swing by and let you guys know that. Well, not just swing by. I was already swung by. But I just wanted to pause and let you guys know that. Houston, Texas. Houston, Texas. I go to Houston maybe every 2-3 months. 4-hour drive. Not bad. All right, guys, any last questions before I hop off this live stream? Any last things that you guys want to ask, that you guys want to fight me about, that you guys want to argue about, that you guys want to throw your opinion on, that you guys want to talk about? Let me know. Let me know. Houses will not crash but drop in value over the next 10 years. Pretty clean assumption. Who knows? Question. I live in Kokoma, IN. Indianapolis, I have no clue. Suggest to wait or buy now. At worst, houses have been selling at asking. Average property price is $100,000. Very cheap average property. Aaron, if your finances make sense, man, and you got the money in the bank, and even after you bought the house, you can still buy furniture, still live comfortably, lose your job for 12 months, have reserves, maybe you might want to make a move. Or you might just want to wait. If your lease is about to expire and you got to make that move and you found a house you love, maybe you might want to make that move. It really just depends so much about you. As long as you don't plan to sell the house in a week or a month or a year, then it should be fine. Raymundo asks, do I have any international real estate? And the answer to that is possibly soon. I'm looking at a property overseas. I can't state where until I actually go there. I plan to travel there in a couple of weeks. And I might actually purchase that property. I'm also looking at real estate in tourist areas just to acquire them, sit on them, probably have them grow in value. But also I go there and actually stay in those places when I want to tour and visit and just enjoy. So I'm real estate wherever I can do real estate. Nick, Australian property market. I was in Australia maybe 3 years ago. I went to Sydney, Melbourne, Perth. Where else? Wollongong. Hope I said that right. So I went to those 4 places and the markets over there were insane. Sydney was unbelievable. Perth was like Perth. It's not Perth, it's Perth. Perth was like like a vacation resort. That's how it felt. Melbourne was on fire. The markets there are insane. The prices are insane. The houses are insane. They're not that big, but they're so expensive. So my insight on there is from 3 years ago. I went there, scoped real estate and all of that, but I don't know how it's become right now. I'm trying to buy in Pearland, Texas. Anna, is Pearland, Texas in Houston, Texas? Because I have family members in Pearland. I ask you that because Pearland's a beautiful area. I love it. All right, guys, I got to jump off. If you got any value, if you love this video, hit the like button, subscribe, and most importantly, guys, 1, 2, 3, join the Discord. It's for free. I'm going to put it in the description. Join the Discord. We talk real estate, money, business, over 600 members live and active on there. If you guys want to join it, it's for free. The link's going to be in the description below. And most importantly, if you got value, hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to see. I upload 3 times every week. I got love for you all. I do real estate every single day. I talk real estate, money, and business. And I'm hungry to talk to you guys. I'm hungry to give you guys what I know. And if you guys enjoy this type of stuff, please don't forget to stick around, join future videos, and don't be shy to ask questions. This is why I go live. Anyways, guys, be safe. Much love. I got to get going. It's almost 1 p.m. I have to drive 30 minutes to go for a property that I'm working on right now. So I'll see you all later, and I'm out.